Hey there, I'm Andrew Larder. I'm a Fora travel advisor, and this is a quick little video about a place that we're looking to book ourselves for our family, and it's called Sandos, which is the company Caracol Eco Resort All-Inclusive. So it is in the Playa del Carmen area of Mexico, and even though they show a lot of jungle kind of pictures, I think that threw my wife off in the beginning. She went, "No, I want to be out on the beach. I want to have a beach." Well, Playa del Carmen is nothing but a gigantic beach. So everything faces onto the beach. Everywhere you are, there's beach. You can get to the beach. And I think the part that really appealed to us was that, A, this is I'll talk a bit about that. I'm just going to talk about the Playa del Carmen area is, a lot of times you go to these all-inclusives and you're like, hey, sure wouldn't want to get, I don't know, come up against one of the locals or whatever kind of crazy thoughts people have. And I got to say, in every single case that I've gone traveling, that's the part. Everybody loves luxury. Everybody loves a nice bed and a couple of free drinks and a nice meal. Everybody loves that. But what really sticks with you more than that is the things that you did when you left the resort, because that's what makes it different. To a certain extent, a Sheraton is a Sheraton is a Sheraton. If you plunk it into Vietnam, if you plunk it into Mexico, if you have it I'm in the Vancouver, BC, Canada area. So within a certain, obviously each one's a little bit different, but you get what I'm saying. You're not having a different experience. The different experience is when you step outside of that. And that's where this one stands up. The Playa del Carmen area, there's a corridor. So Cancun's at the top, and I guess Belize, the border with Belize is at the bottom. And it's, I think it was a couple-hour bus ride to get down to Belize. Something like that. It's going off the top of my head. But so there's a corridor there. Tulum is down near the bottom. There are a couple of great resorts that you will want to spend. If you're there for a week at this place, you'll want to take 2 days and go to the two. Now I'm going to have to go off the top of my head to even come up with the names of these. xel-ha is one, spelled Xcaret, and the other one is associated with it. They kind of are nearby each other. What is the other one? xel-ha and xel-ha. So XEL-HA. There. Well, the old memory still works. So each of those is a fantastic place. One of them has like I'm going to describe it as a big lagoon. And the part, sort of like that picture there where the kid looks down at their feet and there's fish around. There's just tons of fish in this lagoon. And it's like a swimming pool kind of a lagoon, right? Lots of people are there. They're sunning on the shores. They go in, they get the snorkel on. What I remember is standing like a foot into the water, maybe a couple feet because it was up to about my thighs, and looking down. And if you're in Canada or northern US, you'd be thinking about, I wonder if there's a fish in there. You know what I mean? There might be a big salmon or a big pike or something like that. To look down and see that there actually is fish. But not only there is fish, but there's 50 fish surrounding you, swimming around you without you even noticing it. And you're like, I'm in the middle of an aquarium. It is really amazing. That's one place. And the other one, you get your snorkel and you get into a cenote is these underwater or underground kind of holes that are things. And it's also underground rivers. And so they have one there where you start at one end and it's basically a cavern that's filled with water and you can swim through it. There's fish in there, not as much as in the lagoon part, but there's fish walking around. You're floating in this underwater tunnel and you pop out. There's that's xel-ha. There's a theater, like a big amphitheater. That's what it is. And you come up, you're where they send the candles on boats down. You're the star attraction. There's nobody there. You come out, you look around, you're like, wow, it's like all the seats are facing towards me as I come up. Then you go back down and you keep on going, you get out the other end. Really cool. Both of them are amazing, never forget kind of experiences. xel-ha at night, if you get the chance, if you're staying nearby, they do a thing where they have candles inside brown paper bags. It sounds dumb, but imagine just a sea of these things guiding you towards where you're going for the show. And then imagine seeing, I don't know, maybe there's more than 20 different parts of Mexico. And they kind of do a bit of a show where they show what's different about each of these places. The food, the dress, the dance, what makes Chiapas rings a bell right now, different from up where Chichen Itza is. So, there's all sorts of different parts of Mexico. Tijuana. Let's go from one end to the other. So there's 20, 25 different areas like that. They show each one, and then they have the thing where the candles on little boats come floating out. And if it's pitch dark and there's hundreds of candles floating out in the river, in the water, it is really stunning and a great show. And the whole thing is within close, I don't know, I'm going to guesstimate and say 15, 20 miles for sure of where this is. So those are 2 of your days completely taken up. So that's what I'm saying is, don't be caught up in what's going on. But here's the thing that you're going to love about this. I'm going to scroll through this now. I've probably talked on for 5 minutes about it. How about this resort? All inclusive, super luxurious, lovely, meant for families. They have rooms. I know we're going to book one, I think, that has a king size bed and a bunk bed. We just have one daughter, so the bunk bed's sort of overkill, but you can easily picture many people have mom and a dad and 2 kids. Bunk bed, perfect. And they have other configurations, obviously. And then the whole thing is geared around from a water park to natural things. So we're talking about getting into the river. We're talking about getting into a kayak in the river. We're talking about being in there in the cenote, in the hole, and floating around in the river. Just some really cool stuff that is natural, as well as the water park, as well as the beach, as well as the things that are in the neighboring area. I mentioned the xel-ha and xel-ha. Again, no more than an hour drive. You can go down to Tulum. So a great ruins right on the edge of the sea. Pretty cool. Pretty neat to walk around. I gather they've developed around that more. When I went there, it was like virtually just ruins on the edge of the sea. You basically pulled in, parked, and there was no hotels, nothing around it. It was middle of nowhere, like a lot of these kind of ruins are. And then you go there and you walk around the whole ruins and you go down to the beach. Not too many ruins where you can go to the beach to cool off. So keep that as there's 3 of your days that you're not even at the resort. You come home, have dinner, go to bed. You know what I mean? Have breakfast, go to one of these things, come home, have dinner, go to bed. There's 3 days taken up already. And you can picture you're going to be stuffed with things to do at the resort here. They have different shows every night. Let's see if I can show you that part of it. I'm going to go down and I'm at the main page for the Sandos Caracol activities. That's where I want to see. And it's at nighttime. So here's this one. I'm talking about so photo safari, bike tour, eco tour, Jade River. This is jumping into a cenote. This is kayaking. And there's more. They're not even showing that. So where's here we go, nighttime. So I'm just going to scroll down to this part. Water park, obviously pools, obviously diving and snorkeling and all that kind of stuff. Kids go crazy. And then here's the nighttime stuff. So again, this is all included in your stay. We're talking about, oh, hey, your days are all taken up. Well, how about your nights are all taken up for the family? These are each one here is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Every day, so you can see Coco, Beauty and the Beast, Red Queen, Michael Jackson, 80s show, Sacred Cenote, Sacred Fire, Magic Town. That's a heck of a week with lots of stuff to remember. And it was around, like, for the family thing in August, and maybe that's one of the cheaper parts. It was about 20. I'm going to say 2,500. If I'm off by a few hundred, sue me. But that's just for the resort, and then you got to get there. So if you live in Playa del Carmen, you can walk over. If you live in, San Francisco, you got to hop a flight. If you live in Vancouver, we're going to spend probably 2,500 Canadian dollars just getting there, as well as the 2,500 there. But that's still an amazing week. And I think they have a deal right now when I was trying to book it, where you book a week, and they're like, hey, if you book 8 days, we'll give you 5% off. And so it ends up being that 2,335, 2,500, something like that, was for 8 days. So I'll give you an idea. Great. So Sandos Caracol, Sandos has these much more expensive other resorts that are on the ocean. This is sort of on the ocean, but it's more in the jungle with a path out to the beach. They have a beach. I can see somewhere in here we can get I'm not going to do that right now. but you can get a dining picture with the ocean all around, so you can see that it's there. But there's lots of other stuff going on. Well worth. So click the link in the video description. Come and check out Sandos Caracol. And my name is Andrew Larder. I'm a Fora travel advisor. You can click the link at the bottom of that blog post. So the link is in the video description. Come to my site at drewlarder.com. You click the post, and or at the bottom of that, it says Andrew Larder Fora Travel Advisor. You click that link, and you're at my little kind of Fora page. Scroll down, you'll see an email thing. Put in your name and email. Send me a one-line description. I want to go to Sandos Caracol in June or whatever. You see what I mean? And that'll start the conversation, and away we go. Great place, great deal. The other Sandos resorts are considerably more expensive. This is made for kids, but not just for kids like, hey, we got a bunk bed. For kids, like, we're going to remember this for the rest of our lives. It's going to be a real memorable nature experience. You're going to really guaranteed absolutely love this. So Sandos Caracol, click the link, go check it out. I'm Andrew Larder from drewlarder.com for a travel advisor. Check it out.